You know how every celebrity has that one assistant, the one who saw everything? The one who knows all the behind-the-scenes chaos, the mood swings, the diva demands, and the secrets that never made it to TMZ? Well, for Justin Bieber, that assistant is finally breaking their silence, and besties, the tea is scorching. According to the former team insider, Justin's off-camera behavior is, well, exactly what you'd expect from someone who once fought a paparazzo.
What'd you say? You're watching, man. What'd you say?
And literally attacked his own fan. So what exactly is this ex-assistant saying? And why does it suddenly feel like Justin might not bounce back from this one? Let's get into it. The assistant tea. If you've been anywhere near your FYP lately, you've definitely caught the drama surrounding Mateo Caldas, the supposed longtime assistant who allegedly quit the Bieber team, sending Stan Twitter into a complete meltdown and fueling those concerning Justin Bieber behavior theories that have been living rent-free in everyone's minds. The internet practically imploded when headlines dropped claiming Mateo Caldas had suddenly left his position to chase his acting dreams, and was now spilling some serious tea about Justin. The timing? Way too convenient. His alleged exit just happened to coincide with viral clips of Justin looking visibly unhinged, swaying at events in a way that had everyone asking the same question. Is Biebs okay?
How you been, bro?
The vibes were giving major red flag energy, and fans were connecting dots faster than celebrity gossip accounts could post updates. But plot twist, the real tea about Caldas's exit was literally nothing like what initially hit our feeds. According to the receipts dropped by TMZ, Caldas wasn't some ride or die who dramatically walked away in 2025. He was actually fired by Bieber way back in September 2020. We're talking nearly 5 years before all this quitting discourse blew up online. An insider source straight up called the recent departure claims grossly untrue, clarifying that Caldas had been Bieber-less for half a decade. So why was the timeline so confusing? Apparently, Caldas's LinkedIn and Insta were still serving Justin Bieber's employee energy in 2025, despite getting the boot years earlier. Daily Mail reported his socials still listed him as active on Team Bieber, which is why everyone and their mother thought he'd just left. The whole situation is giving major clout-chasing vibes. The Caldas confusion isn't just random internet noise, it's part of a bigger Bieber rebrand that's been going down. Justin has been in his flop era with certain relationships, cutting ties with major figures like manager Scooter Braun and business manager Lou Taylor, according to his rep's statement. It's giving major new year, new me energy, except with million-dollar contracts and celebrity entourages. So who's this Mateo character anyway? Main character energy for sure. Born in Bogota, Colombia, with film school credentials from Northeastern and a 2013 Best Actor award under his belt. Before joining Bieber's team, he reportedly worked with legends like Eric Clapton and Janelle Monáe. Not exactly your average assistant picking up coffee orders and dry cleaning. His role was specifically estate manager, basically the boss of Bieber's mansion vibes, rather than a personal assistant handling Justin's day-to-day. Think less, fetch my Balenciaga slides, and more, ensure the infinity pool is the perfect temperature. Caldas's 2020 firing lines up with Justin's hard pivot to husband spiritual era after his 2018 marriage to Hailey. According to multiple slay-worthy profiles, this period was peak character development for Bieber, distancing himself from the chaotic party boy era that had him trending for all the wrong reasons. The fact that we're only hearing about this firing now is classic celebrity damage control, keeping messy staff changes on the down low until they can't anymore. It's the same energy as when your fave suddenly parts ways with their longtime management to explore new opportunities. While Caldas has been giving radio silence about his Bieber employment era, probably thanks to those NDAs celebs love making everyone sign, the whole situation has the internet thirsting for answers about what Justin's really like behind those perfectly curated Instagram posts. What's the vibe check on current era Bieber? In February 2025, his rep was serving major defense mode, claiming Justin is drug-free and living his best life, focused on being hubby to Hailey and dad to baby Jack Blues. The rep called this Justin's transformative phase, which is PR speak for please stop asking questions about the concerning behavior, thanks. Sources close to Hailey are allegedly not passing the vibe check either, with some reportedly spilling that she's really concerned and can't figure out how to handle his behavior. This tea suggests the picture-perfect family life might be serving Photoshop realness rather than actual goals. And honestly, the cracks are starting to show. From Hailey stepping out solo without her ring, to Justin posting chaotic IG stories that feel more like cries for help than cute content. Something's clearly off. Even their joint appearances, which used to scream unbreakable unit, now give awkward silence and forced smiles. Fans have gone full detective mode, zooming in on every cold shoulder and dodged kiss like it's an episode of CSI, Celebrity Divorce Watch. Rumors of a looming split have been swirling harder than ever, especially after that Deux Moi Blind item dropped. hinting that a young A-list couple known for their carefully curated image might be quietly exploring separation. Let's just say, no one needed 3 guesses on who it could be. It's giving, we're trying to make this work for the brand, but behind the scenes, the energy feels more like a situationship on life support. When questioned, Justin's team calls these rumors exhausting and pitiful. Classic celebrity damage control vocabulary. What's clear through all this Caldas confusion is that Bieber's world is more carefully curated than a beauty guru's Instagram feed. The 5-year gap between Caldas getting fired and the internet clock app detectives discovering it proves Team Bieber has been successfully gatekeeping certain aspects of his life until the algorithm decided otherwise. The real question remains, is Justin in his flop era or his growth era? The official narrative is giving Phoenix rising from the ashes energy, but those cryptic posts and concerning public appearances are serving something else entirely. One thing's for certain, Justin appears to be doing a major friend cleanup, Marie Kondo style, keeping only people who spark joy or at least don't leak stories to do moi. Josh Goodwin, a producer in Justin's circle, claimed in 2021 that Bieber had done more work on himself than most people you've ever known, which could be facts or could be the kind of hyperbole people use when they're still on the payroll. It's giving, my friend is really sorry and has changed energy after they did something problematic. But before we fully unpack current era Bieber, let's rewind to see how we got here. The Justin journey didn't start with suspicious assistant departures and cryptic Insta stories. It began with a baby-faced Canadian teen whose behavior had Hollywood insiders spilling tea long before TikTok existed. The receipts from his early career might shock you. The problematic phase, Bieber's bratty behavior era.
What'd you say? You're watching, man. What'd you say?
Before Justin was serving dad vibes and religious Instagram captions, he was the poster child for child stars gone wild. Let's deep dive into the Bieber behavior that had every momager in Hollywood clutching their pearls and tabloids eating good for years. The tea starts brewing in 2010 when Baby Biebs made a guest appearance on CSI. Serving "I'm too famous to care" energy, Justin reportedly locked a producer in a closet and damaged a cake on the craft services table. Marg Helgenberger, one of the show's stars, went full spill the tea mode in interviews, calling teenage Justin kind of a brat to non-celebrity staff. While she kept it classy, she didn't shy away from sharing that Justin once locked a producer in a closet and even punched his fist straight through a cake on the craft services table. Justin's response was classic 2010 celebrity damage control, dismissing Helgenberger's claims as rumors in a post on X, calling the comments lame and giving very much "you're just jealous" energy. Receipts show this was Justin's go-to move: deflect, deny, and never apologize, peak problematic king behavior. The plot thickens because Helgenberger later backpedaled harder than a TikToker after getting called out. In a 2015 interview with Entertainment Tonight, she claimed he was lovely to her personally and suggested it wasn't her place to spill the tea.
Honestly, he was lovely to me. I think some of the crew had some issues with him, but you know that they should talk about that, not me.
Was she pressured to walk back her comments? Was she afraid of the Belieber army sliding into her mentions? The vibes are suspicious, but that CSI set tantrum was just the opening act. Once Justin hit the legal age to drive, party, and be publicly messy without a Disney exec threatening to call his mom, things escalated fast. By 2012, Bieber had ditched the swoopy bangs and traded them for a reckless driving record in his Calabasas neighborhood. Local residents, including actual adults like Keyshawn Johnson, were reportedly furious with the pop star's fast and furious antics in a gated community full of families and millionaires who were not here for his mop-haired mayhem. Later that same year, Justin allegedly got into a physical altercation with a paparazzo while out with then-girlfriend Selena Gomez. Reports say he lost his cool in a mall parking lot and allegedly threw hands before fleeing the scene. Police investigated, but no charges were filed. Because, let's be honest, it was Bieber's world, and the rest of us were just living in it. In 2013, he took his mess global. On a trip to Brazil, Bieber was charged with vandalism for spray painting graffiti on a hotel wall, because nothing says cultural exchange like tagging your name next to a drawing of a weed leaf. That same year, he made that comment at the Anne Frank house, writing in the guest book, "Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer." The audacity was intercontinental. And then there were the Spitgate incidents. In Toronto, fans caught him on camera allegedly spitting off a hotel balcony. His team tried to spin it, claiming he was spitting near fans in fun, not at them. Meanwhile, back in the US, a former neighbor accused him of spitting in his face during yet another dispute. We were entering peak brat era, but Bieber wasn't done. In early 2014, the egging incident happened. And no, that's not a euphemism. Justin reportedly caused over $20,000 in damage to his neighbor's house by launching a full-on egg assault.
I see you! I see you.
That got him charged with misdemeanor vandalism. He pleaded no contest, paid a hefty fine, and was placed on probation. Yes, Justin Bieber was literally on probation for egging a house. Welcome to Gen Z crime history. Things reached a chaotic climax on January 23, 2014, when Bieber was arrested in Miami Beach. The charges? DUI, resisting arrest, and driving with an expired license. According to police, he admitted to drinking, smoking weed, and taking prescription meds before drag racing in a yellow Lamborghini. The mugshot, smiling, the energy, unbothered. This wasn't just a fall from grace. It was a cannonball dive into the pool of celebrity train wreck tropes. The problematic era escalated to new heights in 2014, with the private jet incident that had gossip accounts working overtime. Justin and his squad were described as extremely abusive to staff on a flight from Waterloo, Ontario to Teterboro, New Jersey. According to a report secured by NBC News, the verbal abuse was so toxic that a flight attendant refused to ever work with them again, giving major "I don't get paid enough for this" energy. The receipts get even wilder. The report noted that pilots literally wore oxygen masks because the cabin was hotboxed with marijuana smoke. The captain reportedly had to request the flight attendant stay near the cockpit just to escape the abuse. If that's not main character syndrome, I don't know what is. But just when you thought we'd hit peak disaster, Justin said, "Hold my blunt." Only days after the private jet debacle, Justin found himself in handcuffs again, this time in Toronto. The charge? Assault? The incident? Allegedly hitting a limo driver in the back of the head during a night out with friends the previous December. The case didn't go far, but the message was loud and clear. Justin wasn't just spiraling. He was dragging the legal system along for the ride. And then came the racism scandal. In mid-2014, two separate videos leaked showing a younger Bieber using racial slurs and making offensive jokes. One clip had him telling a joke using the N-word. The second showed him singing a parody of his own song, "One Less Lonely Girl," with a horrific twist referencing the KKK.
One less lonely one less lonely
The internet exploded. Publicists entered DEFCON 1. Justin issued public apologies, swearing he'd matured since those teenage years and was now learning from his mistakes. It was a crisis PR masterclass and a turning point that even his most loyal fans couldn't ignore. Around the same time, an Argentine judge issued an arrest warrant for Bieber after he allegedly ordered his bodyguards to assault a photographer at a club back in 2013. This international warrant meant Justin had to start canceling shows and avoiding entire countries like a pop star with a world tour and a warrant map. By the end of 2014, Justin's rap sheet was starting to rival his discography. Between the arrests, the lawsuits, the leaked videos, and the press conferences that felt more like apology tours, Bieber wasn't just a teen idol gone rogue. He was becoming a case study in celebrity burnout. And yet, despite the chaos, the headlines, and the petitions to deport him, yes, that happened too, Bieber somehow managed to survive it all. By 2016, Justin's vibe had shifted from bratty teen to full-on concerning adult behavior. According to a profile that ate and left no crumbs in GQ magazine, Bieber was surrounded by people escaping reality, leading to what he would later describe as a lot of doing drugs and being posted up. The situation allegedly got so dark that security guards were checking his pulse at night to make sure he was alive, which is giving major, "someone call an intervention specialist" energy. Bieber later spilled that he was using drugs as a numbing agent to cope with unresolved trauma, feeling depressed despite having everything that Stan Twitter would kill for. The rock bottom era peaked around 2017, when Justin canceled the final dates of his world tour, walking away from what he described as a huge amount of money that people would never turn down, because his mental health was in the gutter. This decision had fans divided between self-care king supporters and disappointed stans who had dropped hundreds on tickets. So what's the tea from those who worked closely with Justin during these flop-era years? Josh Goodwin, one of Justin's key producers, claimed in 2021 that Bieber had done more work on himself than most people you've ever known, suggesting the problematic king was actually putting in the work to change his toxic ways. Other collaborators like Benny Steele, who engineered Boyfriend, and Bernard Harvey, involved in Peaches, have described smooth and drama-free studio sessions with the star, giving very much he's actually professional when it counts energy. These accounts paint a more nuanced picture. Perhaps Justin saved his worst behavior for those with less power, while maintaining his musical reputation with peers. What's fascinating about this era is how Justin's behavior seemed to depend entirely on who he was with. In studio sessions with artists and producers, professional king energy. With flight attendants, hotel staff, and TV production crews, entitled Brat vibes. The duality is giving major be careful who you're mean to on the way up energy. The Bieber problematic era wasn't just random bad behavior. It was a textbook case of child star syndrome playing out in real time. As one insider reportedly put it, he went from normal kid to global superstar overnight. The real surprise isn't that there were problems, it's that he survived them at all. Facts. Most child stars end up with a mandatory "Where Are They Now?" segment on entertainment shows, but Justin somehow managed to pivot. By 2018, major plot development was brewing in the Bieber cinematic universe. After years of toxic on-again, off-again situationship drama with Selena Gomez that had stan Twitter choosing sides and creating hashtag wars, Justin shocked everyone by speed-running a relationship with model Hailey Baldwin. The whirlwind romance, from dating to married in months, had skeptics calling publicity stunt and fans celebrating character development. The real question remains, did becoming a husband and father actually fix the problematic behavior, or did it just go underground? The father era, redemption arc or aesthetic rebrand. In August 2024, Justin and Hailey Bieber dropped the ultimate life update, welcoming baby Jack Blues Bieber to the timeline. For many, this was the final boss level in Justin's redemption arc, transforming from problematic fave to wholesome family content creator. But is the rebrand authentic? Or is it just giving aesthetic goals without the real growth to back it up? The internet has questions, and we've got the receipts. According to his PR team's official narrative from February 2025, Justin is currently in one of the best places in his life, focusing on being a girl dad and supporting Hailey. This carefully curated image positions Justin as fully embracing his redemption era, leaving behind the chaotic behavior that used to have him trending for all the wrong reasons. But the vibes don't pass the check. Videos showing Justin swaying like he's at Coachella, while attending Hailey's Rhode skincare event had comment sections filled with concern. The clips gave such concerning energy that his team had to go into immediate damage control, denying substance abuse allegations and insisting he's drug-free, which is PR speak for "nothing to see here, move along." The narrative really falls apart when you look at Justin's own social media. While his team was serving "he's totally fine" press releases, Justin was posting Instagram stories smoking from a bong with captions like, "We have nothing to prove today," and statements basically flexing that he doesn't owe anyone anything. It's giving major contradictory energy, the kind that has TikTok body language experts making 15-part series analyzing every move. The plot thickens with tea from Hailey's circle. Sources claim she's really concerned and can't figure out how to manage his behavior. Not exactly the vibe you want when you're trying to convince the internet your relationship goals. Justin's team has labeled these rumors exhausting and pitiful, but the defensive energy only makes people more suspicious. To understand if this is really a glow-up or just a rebrand, we need to revisit Justin's own confession era. In that viral 2021 GQ profile that had everyone talking, Justin admitted hitting rock bottom around 2016, surrounded by enablers and using substances to numb emotional pain. The situation was so dire that security checked his pulse at night. Major intervention behavior. Justin described using drugs as a numbing agent for unresolved trauma, feeling depressed despite living what looked like the dream. This personal low led him to cancel tour dates in 2017, choosing mental health over what he called a huge amount of money that people would never turn down. While Stan Twitter was divided on this move, it hinted at someone finally prioritizing wellness over wealth. His 2018 marriage to Hailey was widely interpreted as the beginning of his healing era, coinciding with his religious rebrand and more settled aesthetic. Josh Goodwin, a producer in his inner circle, claimed in 2021 that Justin had done more work on himself than most people you've ever known, suggesting significant character development. Baby Jack's arrival in 2024 should have been the cherry on top of this redemption Sunday, physical proof that Justin had evolved from problematic king to responsible father era. Yet the concerning behavior that followed has everyone questioning if parenthood is adding pressure rather than peace to Justin's complicated life. The truth that most celebrity coverage misses is that personal growth isn't a TikTok transformation video. It doesn't happen in a neat before and after format with a trending sound. Justin's journey appears to be serving both progress and setbacks, rather than the clean redemption arc his PR team wants to sell. Adding another layer to this complicated character study is Justin's friend purge era. Recent reports confirm that he's been cutting ties with longtime connections who no longer served him, including major players like Scooter Braun. While Stan Twitter might call this setting boundaries, others wonder if it's isolation behavior dressed up as growth. The Mateo Caldas confusion perfectly illustrates how the Bieber narrative is more carefully managed than a beauty guru's ring light setup. The fact that a major staff firing stayed under wraps for 5 years until TMZ spilled the tea shows just how controlled Justin's image really is. Despite the messy timeline, some consistent character traits emerge from those who've worked with Justin throughout the years. Studio collaborators consistently describe a talented and focused artist, suggesting that whatever demons Justin battles, his commitment to his music remains authentic. Bernard Harvey, who worked on Peaches, and other producers have described smooth and drama-free, creative sessions with Justin, indicating the studio might be his safe space where the problematic behavior takes a back seat. This Jekyll and Hyde duality is common with stars who've been in the spotlight since childhood. They compartmentalize different versions of themselves for different contexts. In analyzing 2025 Bieber, we're left with a storyline full of contradictions. He's simultaneously serving devoted dad content while posting rebellious bong videos. He's both the professional artist who impresses collaborators and the celebrity whose public appearances trigger concerned TikTok compilations. The duality is real. Perhaps the most honest assessment comes from Justin himself, who acknowledged in his 2021 GQ interview that healing is ongoing. "I still have trauma and scars, but I'm just healing at this point." This confession gives major authenticity vibes compared to the perfectly crafted PR statements. It suggests that while Justin has leveled up from his peak problematic era, his journey toward stability continues, now with the added responsibility of raising a tiny human. In early 2025, a source told Daily Mail that Justin felt a sting when ex-girlfriend Selena Gomez got engaged to producer Benny Blanco. While acknowledging this emotional reaction, the source emphasized that Justin is happy for Selena and sees her engagement as officially closing their complicated chapter. But if you thought this is where the story wraps up with a nice little redemption bow, think again. Because just when things started to calm down, the Hailey Bieber-Selena drama decided to spin the block. Rumors started flying, again, after Hailey allegedly liked a shady post about Selena's engagement. The internet, as always, ran with it. Fan theories were drafted, timelines dissected, and the drama fully reignited. So yeah, this saga is far from over. To get the gist of what's happening, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen.